All right, hello out there, HO Slot Car fans. Just wanted to share some updates with you on some recent projects I got done today. I was just puttering around, getting stuff done, projects that I had been putting off. Some updates to the collection. So I got my set only buses into cubes and added them to the collection right there. Looking good in their cubes with my other vans, Tyco or Auto World VW buses. Like those VW buses. I got my new 57 Chevy in its new home right there with the other 57 Chevys that I have. Let's see, what other new cars did we add? Oh yeah, we added the number 8 TCR Ford Thunderbird Stalker in with all the other stock cars. And then we also added the new number 28 with the name spelled correctly, going right behind the 28 with the name spelled incorrectly. Ah, that got blurry. Why is it so blurry? What else did we get done? Oh yeah, big thanks to Rich and Jim's Slot Car Obsession. I now have a Tyco sponsored wall. Got X2, Extreme Racing, HP7 lighted, hot rods, and another X2 card. I was always interested by this HP7 car because on the picture they have a Porsche 959 and Tyco never made a Tyco or a Porsche 959, so that's interesting that they put that car on there. Just seems strange to me. And then also while I was putting around, I found this old Shelby coupe on an SRT chassis. And I see people are paying money for these things, so I thought, what the hell? It was pretty rough, but I cleaned it up. And now she looks great. Just cleaned it up with some warm soap and water and a toothbrush. Dried it off. Put a little Novus on there. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to put this in a plastic coffin. My last plastic coffin. Anybody knows where I can get these? And let me know in the comments. So this car is going to get retired onto the wall. There we go. It's in its new home on the wall next to some other old Tomys I have. Got this BMW. It's crazy the way the prices have gone on these Tomys, man. When I was buying them up in the 90s and racing them, man, I had no idea that they would go up. So I retired which ones I had left survived. And these are the two cars that came in the set that got me back into slot cars in the 90s. That was Tomy AFX set. And here's a good shot of all my Tomy Indy and Formula One cars with some Mega Gs. And then some Super Gs. And then some SRTs. And a turbo. Then to round out the Tomys, I got the 4 officially licensed sponsored NASCARs that Tomy made. I bet these go for a good penny too now. And in case you missed it, make sure you check out my previous video, the GBud Custom Shop sale. All 8 of these cars are currently for sale. So for details, check out yesterday's video. And while we're here and talking about that, we're going to do a little tune-up project. Okay, there's landscapers out there blowing those damn blowers, so if one of those guys decides to bother me again, I'll have to pause this. But anyway, back to the GBud Custom Shop sale. I only got one bid on a car so far, and it was actually this one. I didn't think this one would sell. I mean, it is pretty neat though. It's not something you're gonna race. Here come the blowers again. Alright, hold on. Alright, and of all the cars that I am selling, this one didn't even run that great, I thought. So since I do have a bid on it, I figure I better tune it up. It is lighted though, that's pretty cool. Green headlights. But like I said, I didn't feel like it ran that great, so we're going to do a rebuild on it. Now these wires, I did not solder them in, because of the way the bulb has to go through the body. I didn't want to be able to not take the body off. So to take the body off, I have to pull these wires out. They're just slid right in between the chassis and the plate where the pickup shoes are. So I'm going to have to pull those wires out first. There, pull that one out. And pull that one out. Now I can get the body off. There we go. Okay, I can show you what I did to the body here. I drilled 1,000,000 holes in that inside piece trying to make this thing lighter, thinking that would help it handle better. But it's just so tall. So yeah, it topples over. And then the light, to get it to work, I had to feed it in between this interior piece and that stabilizing bar that goes across it. But that does keep it in the lighting assembly very well. These lighting assemblies from the factory were painted over, so I used just a drop of acetone and got them to be clear, so that the green light shines through all 4 of those openings there. And that's why the dashboard is pushed up from the front view, because of the way that light is in there. There may have been a way to maybe cut 2 holes out to give the light room so that can drop down. But you know what? I thought I'd just let it go like it was. It would look cool if it had a person in it. You can clearly see the steering wheel and the seat in there. Alright, so let's try to get this thing to run better. And look at that, the motor plate came right out because I don't use that stupid screw in the back. So take a look at the motor here. It's a little dirty, don't look bad, but we'll clean it up. This actually has copper plates on the bottom, not silver. So this is definitely not an Auto World arm. Yeah, that's copper, brass color, whatever you want to call it. So I definitely put a different arm in this. Alright. Springs seem to be okay. Yeah, at some point this thing probably just got over oiled. Alright. I got 2 brand new brushes sitting here waiting from Dash Motorsports, so we'll put those in. If it still don't run good after this, it could just be that arm. So I have to dig through the parts and try to find another arm to try. So let's see if we can get this motor in without that brush popping out of place in the back. Okay. Will the motor turn over? Oh, it's alive. Alright, she's running. Okay. Let's lube up these gear posts. Big hole gear in the back, flat side up. Small hole gear, smooth side up. And we get the motor clamp. Small drop on the motor. Put a small drop under here. Alright. I don't want to go and put the body on yet. I want to test it out, so I'll reposition the camera, run some laps. Alright, welcome to back to the track view. Got the chassis cleaned up, new brushes. Let's see how she runs without the body. Alright, way better than it ran before. Okay, I'm actually happy with the way that's running. Running way better than when it had the body on. But we won't know for sure until we get the body and the light on. So let's do that next. Okay, let's get this body back on. I left myself just enough wire to get to the bottom of the chassis. And in order to get there, I feed the wire between the outside of the body clip and in there. So the wire actually goes in through here like this. It helps keep it closer to the chassis. And that's right where I put the wire on the chassis, so it was a necessity. Alright, so make sure we get the wire through here on this side. So we'll pull the wire out through there, through that hole. There we go. We got that side. Alright, we got the two wires going through the two holes. Now we can snap the body in place. Alright, body's in place. Now we just got to tuck them wires back into the chassis. Wires are like fraying here. Let's pinch them together a little bit. Yeah. Man, these wires do not all want to go in. There's always that one strand that wants to go its own way. There we go. That wire's in there. Now I gotta get the red one in there. And if you already didn't know this, when you're doing LEDs on a slot car, normally the red wire goes on the left side of the car, the driver's side of the car, or else the light will only go on when you turn around. I gotta get this red wire in here. Okay, wires are in. Do the lights work? And voila, the lights are working. Alright, so let's take it for a couple laps now that the body's on and the light is working. See how it runs.